Hi, I'm Jake. Welcome to Ohio Hay Farming. Alright, so this is the part that broke, snapped off right there at the top of the socket. Got the new one in from Gen Sales, just gotta grease it. Gonna try to cut second cutting alfalfa in the back field for my mother-in-law, starting tomorrow. Hopefully I can get it all cut tomorrow, and then I can ted it on Wednesday, rake it Thursday, and hopefully be baling Friday, Saturday is what I'm shooting for. So went through, made sure all these bolts were tight on this wobble arm, but belts are still tight, chain's still good. So this part cost me about 116 bucks, and this is a Heston 1090. So the part number, if anybody else is looking for it, is right there. Circle drive socket. And again, I got that from Gen Sales. Took about a week to get here. Yeah, pack all these tools up and take this over to the field where I'm gonna be cutting tomorrow. Alright, so it is almost, I think, 11 o'clock at night here on Tuesday. Had this bearing go out on me. I was able to cut my 6 acres of alfalfa, and I was over here doing my mother-in-law's clover field, and that bearing went out. So I was able to run to my Rural King, and I just ended up grabbing 2 of these bearings, so in case it happens again, because I haven't replaced that one down there. So well, everything's back together, everything's tight, everything rolls nicely, so I'll keep on cutting tomorrow. So on this Heston 1090, I was able to finish cutting my mother-in-law's back 5 acres. Got got that bearing replaced last night. Today is July 22nd. It's about 9 o'clock now. I was able to finish cutting her field. Then I went down and cut the 2 acres across the railroad tracks from my house. And then I was actually able to take the G and go down to my alfalfa field, and I was able to ted that out tonight. So Alice is still running great. I was able to get this to cut better and lower, so I was able to make a more even cut this time around compared to first cutting. But overall I'm happy with it, and tomorrow we'll get to tedding out the mother-in-law's backfield and the field down the road, and then we will rake it up and we'll start baling hopefully on Friday. Alright, down here at this 2 acre field. It's a little crunchy on top, but flip it over. Still damp on the bottom. It's been sitting out all day. It's 6:30 already, so we'll get this. Yeah, still feels wet underneath there. So, which I did cut this yesterday, so we will get this tedded up, and then we'll go down to my mother-in-law's, do that up, and then we'll hook up the rake and ready to start raking the alfalfa field tonight. Alright, so here's what we got going on. I got everything tedded this morning, well, shortly afternoon, with the bee here. Everything worked great on the bee and the tedder. Now I'm here doing this. I want to get this tarp replaced, so this puts it in straighter rows, doesn't fall out the backside there where it was ripped. I have a tarp from work. It's actually a welding tarp, but it should work just fine. I'm gonna try to create something that goes in between it. Two pieces about the same size. They're about 3 foot by 5 foot maybe. That should be plenty to do what I need to do. And I think the only other thing I'm gonna have to do eventually is get a new tire and tube for that, because it keeps on leaking air on me and keeps on falling off the rim when I store it. But yeah, hopefully I'll be raking tomorrow on Monday, so I'll have to wait till after work to do that. Yeah, we'll get there. I'll get back with you when we get this all back together. All right, here's the finished product. Got them all bolted in. Got everything back on. I just folded this up so it kind of pushes it down if it runs over a row, how it kind of was before. There we go. Everything's all bolted back in. I think that should work pretty good. I'll flip it up and see how it looks. I think that'll work just fine. Well, I just got done raking my alfalfa field. It's about 8:30 now. So, get the tractor turned off here in a minute after it cools down. And tomorrow, I'll rake my mother-in-law's field. And maybe we'll start baling my alfalfa field tomorrow. So, finished up with second cutting alfalfa. And my mother-in-law's back 5. I ended up getting 294 off my alfalfa field, and that's all stacked here on my trailer still. I got a 40-foot gooseneck. It's stacked all the way to the back, just a few rows missing. Had a problem with the baler. I went to start baling and check the string, and there was a possum in there. Ruined about half of both of the rolls that were in there. So had to get that sorted out and got that going. Well, yesterday, that would have been Saturday. Got everything wrapped up. Got 2 loads of hay off this hay wagon here beside me, up in the loft, and got the field across the train tracks that cut and baled up in the loft. I think we got about 35 grass bales off there. And then my mother-in-law she got about another 130 off her back acres. So did pretty good this second cutting. Everything went fairly smoothly. Just that bearing went out on me on the hay bine, but it was able to fix that. So this is the alfalfa bales back into the trailer. Again, really nice stemmy stuff, but still you can see the leaves on the alfalfa. so I didn't knock them off with tedding it and then raking it. But the alfalfa was kind of laid over in the field, so it was kind of hard to pick it all up. But again, right there you can see we got leaves on the alfalfa still, which is good. What you want. I'm gonna probably take this load to Amish to try to sell this. See what I can get. It'll be the first time taking it down there, so we'll see how that goes. Well, this is Jake with Ohio Hay Farming. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.